to kindly ask all those persons who have no accreditation to leave the room, please, now in order to start. I kindly ask all
1, 2, 3, 4
the
Sanchez.
attendees which they don't have accreditation to leave the room, please, in order to start. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If you are already ready, we can start the Congress. Mr. President, you have the floor for a welcome speech. English is in channel 1, Russian in channel 2, 3 for French, 4 for Arabic, and 5 for Spanish translation. Thank you.
Уважаемые дорогие гости, дорогие братья и сестры,
Dear guests, dear colleagues, brothers and sisters,
боксерская семья.
dear boxing family, I'm happy to welcome all of you,
Особенно кто присутствует,
specifically
приехал
those who have come
именно здесь, в Ереване,
to support us here in Yerevan and those also
в Zoom.
who have joined us via Zoom online.
Очень рад вас.
Recording in
Happy to
progress.
Я хочу
see
вам
all of
сказать
you, and
спасибо за
I would
развитие
like
бокса.
to thank all of you for your contribution to the development of boxing,
Поблагодарим
for our unity, and let's
правительство Армении,
together thank the government of the Republic of Armenia
Национальную федерацию
and the
Армении,
National Boxing Federation of Armenia for
руководство нашего
organizing
Спасибо.
this event and for warm hospitality.
Я хочу сказать, что вы все видите,
You all
насколько
see
стремительно и быстро
how rapidly
наша международная
our
ассоциация бокса
International Boxing Association
развивается.
is developing.
Это потому, что мы все объединились,
It is because we have joined our
потому
forces
что мы
together,
одна команда.
because we're one team,
И мы вместе делаем большой
and we together do a
21 день,
wonderful job.
21 месяц
Within 21-month
за 20
period,
месяцев мы с вами
we
сделали
have
большую
been able to
из
do enormous
организации,
work
которая была в состоянии
and to move
банкротства,
from an organization which was at the verge of
стала одной
bankruptcy
из лучших
to
организаций,
an organization that is one of the best
о своих
and that
спортсменах,
which takes care of its
о
own
своих национальных
athletes and
федерациях.
national federations.
Это благодаря нашей
And
совместной
we have
поддержке
achieved that
и
because of
работе.
mutual support and joint work.
Все, кто пытается нас
All
критиковать,
those who try
они
to
просто нам
criticize
завидуют,
us,
что
they're
мы
simply
самая
jealous
быстрая и стремительная
of
международная
the fact that
организация.
we are the most rapidly developing boxing organization in the world.
Я вам всем желаю сегодня
I would like to
плодотворной
wish all of us
работы
a fruitful work
и, конечно же, спасибо за
and
поддержку.
thank you for your support.
Thank you, Mr. President. Firstly, I would like to welcome all members of the IBA Board of Directors who were able to be here with us today. I would like also to welcome the members and the representatives of the national boxing federations and confederations. Thank you for being here with us today. I now give the floor to Mr. Ovanes of Sepian, who is the president of the Boxing Federation of Armenia, and to Mr. Araik Harutyunyan, who is the chief of staff prime minister of the Republic of Armenia, in order to address a welcome speech. Mr. Ovsepian, please, you have the floor.
Добрый день, дорогие друзья, коллеги. Я вас приветствую на
Good
нашей
morning, dear friends, dear colleagues,
гостеприимной,
on the
теплой.
hospitable and
Хочу
very warm soul
поприветствовать
of
вас,
Armenia.
пожелать всем успехов, плодотворной
I would like
работы.
to welcome all of
И
you here, wish you a
чтобы наш
fruitful
конгресс запомнился нам
work, and
особыми
I would like this
воспоминаниями.
Congress to stick in our memories with,
И хочу
as a
слово
special one.
предоставить
And now I would like to
руководителю
turn forward to the
премьер-министра
Chief of Staff of the
Армении,
Prime Minister of
товарищу
Armenia,
Арику Арачуняну.
Mr. Arik Harutyunyan.
Կոնգրեսի հարգելի մասնակիցներ, Բռնցքամարտի միջազգային ասոցիացիայի հարգելի ղեկավար Մարգ Կրեմլով, ողջունում եմ ձեզ։ Հայաստանը եւ Երևանը այս տարի դարձել է
Dear President of IBA, dear leadership of IBA, Armenia is hosting this Congress, and Armenia has become an international center for boxing because we hosted here the European Championship of Boxing, and I believe that our colleagues will remember this for years. And today we're hosting the Congress of IBA in Yerevan. I would like to greet the participants of the Congress, and I would like to wish you productive work. I know that in the life of the International Boxing Association, this is a very important event. And in fact, in Yerevan, it will also be determined whether you will determine here in Yerevan the upcoming developments of International Boxing Association and global boxing. We are standing ready to collaborate with IBA in the upcoming years, and the government of the Republic of Armenia is paying very close attention to the development of sports in the Republic of Armenia. And in fact, we should confess that sports also bring peace to the world, and it is not accidental that during Olympic Games there are a lot of urges and appeals for nations to embrace peace. And it is not accidental that there is peace during Olympic Games globally. And I would wish to all of us to have so many sports events so that we would have lasting peace on our planet Earth. So once again, I would like to greet you again. We have beautiful weather in Yerevan, and apart from the Congress, you have a lot of opportunities to enjoy Yerevan and Armenia. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Haritonian, and thank you very much, Mr. President of the Armenian Boxing Federation, Mr. Ovsepian. We pass in the next item. I would like to thank you again, the National Federation of Armenia, for hosting this Congress in the beautiful city of Yerevan. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce to you and welcome additional attendees of today's Congress. Present here with me today on the main table is Mr. Blondin, member on the left of me, on the right of you, Mr. Jacques Blondin, member of the Interim Nomination Unit, and on the right of me, left, as you have seen, is Mr. Yuri Zaitsev. Mr. President.
Дорогие мои коллеги,
My dear colleagues, brothers and sisters, we had the day before yesterday at the board meeting the appointment of the Secretary General. So I would like to present to you the Secretary General, and let's welcome him. George is our General Secretary, so let's welcome him on board.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm in your service. Please don't hesitate to contact me if you have an issue. For this reason, I'm appointed. Permit me to continue. Mr. Yuri Zaitsev on the right of me is the IBA Legal Counsel. And also we have on the right in the corner, Lumi team, which will be providing the secure voting platform for today's voting. They are joined by the scrutineers, Professor McLaren, Richard McLaren is with us, and Mr. Bernard Velten, Chair of the IBA Ethics Committee, is also with us, and assisted by Mrs. Diana Beglarian, Public Notary. All of them will oversee and certify today's voting results and ensure the voting process to be conducted in the most transparent manner. Please take attention of what I will mention now. I would like to remind that all voting delegates attending this Congress online must have their camera on at all times. I repeat one more time. They need to have on their cameras all times, as per the Interim Nomination Unit requirement. Please be aware that in case the camera will not be turned on, the voting credentials will be removed. For this reason, I kindly ask all the connected by on remote way to keep their cameras always on. Additionally, please note that according to the Article 7.1 of the regulations on the Congress, an election non-voting delegates attend this Congress meeting without being entitled to vote or speak. So, only voting delegates are invited to speak today. For this reason, if you will have some questions or something to mention in the Congress, I kindly ask you this to be raised only through the voting delegates and not anybody else, because it will not permit it in order to follow our Constitution and our regulations. Now, I kindly ask Lumi team to proceed with the roll call. Can you please?
Thank you. We are joined physically here today by 97 voting delegates, and joining us online on the web platform are 30 voting delegates. Thank you.
How many online, please?
That was 33-0.
33. Okay. Thank you very much. So we have the quorum, and we can start officially the Congress. Thank you, Alexander. Now we can move in our agenda. First item is the approval of the previous Congress minute. And according to our Constitution, the minutes of the previous Congress have been circulated to you. We did not receive any comments until today. We will therefore proceed with the vote to approve the minutes. In order to be ready to vote, I will ask before the LUMI to make a presentation how the LUMI system will be working in order to have the correct voting process. I kindly ask LUMI to present this one, and then when we will be ready, we'll go in the voting process of this item. Alexander, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Voting today will be conducted electronically. Those in person will use their LUMI voting handsets to vote, and those joining us virtually will use the LUMI web platform. So I'll discuss virtual voting first. You'll need your voting credentials. We've sent those to you in an email. If you do not have your voting credentials, please first check your spam or junk folder and see if the email is there. Otherwise, you can contact us at iba@lumiengage.com and we can send you your credentials. So please, those who are joining us on Zoom now and are voting, please move to the web platform and log in, because we'll do a test vote shortly. You'll need to be logged in to vote. Those who are here physically have been given their voting handsets, and you'll use those to vote. For those joining us online, when a vote is announced, you'll need to move away from Zoom and onto the web platform. So depending on which device you're using, you'll switch away from Zoom, go to your web browser where you are logged in with your LUMI credentials, and the vote will appear there. To cast your vote online, all you need to do is simply select your voting choice. The poll will automatically appear for voting delegates, and you simply click yes, no, abstain in a simple choice question, or with the election style question, select the candidate of your choice. When the vote is closed, you'll return to Zoom. So again, changing away from the web platform where you're logged in with your LUMI credentials, you'll then join the Zoom Congress again to listen along. If you're disconnected from Zoom at any point during the Congress, wait a moment. Hopefully you'll be reconnected, and ensure that you listen out for a vote appearing. If you are disconnected from Zoom, the poll will still appear on the web platform, so you still will be able to vote, but just try and maintain a good internet connection if you can. So for those delegates joining us in person and voting, you will have been given a smart card and a voting device, which will be paired together, smart card inserted into the top of the device, and you'll be ready to vote. Yeah, so insert your smart card if you haven't already done so into the top of your device, and you'll be ready for the test vote that we're about to conduct shortly. When a vote's announced for those in the room, it will automatically appear on your device. Simply use the trackball, which will highlight blue. You can use the trackball to choose your selection, and the green button to submit your vote. Once you've submitted your vote, you will get a vote received message to say that you've successfully voted. You can cancel at this point. And indeed, for those joining online as well, whilst the poll is open, you can cancel your vote and submit again whilst the poll remains open. So yeah. When the vote is closed, the handset will return automatically back to that IBA logo. So with that, we're going to do a test vote to make sure everyone is happy and comfortable. So for those online, please navigate to the LUMI web platform. For those joining us here today, please have your devices ready. So the first test vote is going to be Do you think the weather will be sunny tomorrow? You'll have the choices yes, no, and abstain. For those of you in the room, it should have appeared on your handset. For those of you online, the poll will have appeared in the web platform. Again, please remember to log in online to the web platform if you're intending to vote. So we'll leave this poll open for a little bit to give everyone a chance to be familiar and happy with the voting process. If anybody now in the room has any issues with their handsets, please raise your hand and we'll have someone come over to you and help. But hopefully it's all straightforward and you're all able to vote. Equally, those online, you can contact us at iba@lumiengage.com. After this test vote is concluded, we'll respond to your email and help you get connected. So that test vote is still underway. We're going to leave that open for a little bit longer. Just going to look over to my colleague to see how well the results are going. We're getting voting in. Great. So it looks like most of you are happy with the voting system. And I'll leave it to my colleague to close the poll when he thinks appropriate. Okay, so that poll is now closed. Sorry. If anyone's had any difficulty with the voting handsets, please let us know. We can be found over at the side of the room. Come find us and we'll be able to sort out your voting technology. But for that test vote, there were 133 total possible votes. The yes votes received 74, that was 76.29%. The no votes received 23, that was 23.71%, and there were 6 abstentions. So most of you think that it's going to be sunny tomorrow. So that concludes our test. If anyone is unhappy with the voting procedures, please, you can contact us over there if you're here in person, or send us an email at iba@lumiengage.com. And with that, the testing's concluded. Hopefully everyone is happy, and I'll hand back to the IBA. Thank you.
Sir, I want to address the Congress. I would like to add to the comments of our hosts, the Armenian Boxing Federation, the Armenian people.
Excuse me?
The outcome of the Yerevan Congress will be historic. It will either mark the end of Olympic boxing, or the beginning of the return of the IBA
Excuse me?
to full
Excuse me?
membership as a
Excuse
year.
me? Can I kindly ask you to keep a process here and to ask to give you the floor, and then if you have
Well, I raised my hand, I got a
no,
microphone.
and you don't take alone, please,
No, it won't
the
take.
floor.
It will take only
I kindly
1
ask you, first of all, please, I kindly ask you to keep a process and a level of this
Well, I will.
Can you please introduce yourself, because I
I will.
cannot...
I'm the Swedish president of the
Okay,
Boxing Federation.
and you ask the floor, please, can you please answer my question? Do you ask the floor?
Yes, I did.
For what reason you ask the floor,
Because
please?
I want to talk to the Congress before it's going
For
through.
the Lumi process or something?
No, nothing.
Okay, then let's finish with the Lumi process. Let's finish. If something has to do with the minutes, with the minutes, because now we are in the agenda in the minutes.
I think it was free speech.
Okay,
Are we
then
going to have
look,
free speech or not?
look, then please, I will give you the floor immediately after when we will finish.
Fine, thank you. I'm going to wait for you to give me the floor.
Okay, of course.
Fine, thank you.
First, but I would like to ask you to keep a process here, and all ask from the panel the permission to speak. All you will speak, but we need to have a process. I think that you agree with this.
Are you explaining to me that you will give me the floor when you think?
Of course I will give you the floor,
Thank
but I will appreciate if you will not take it alone. Thank you. Okay. Let's finish. If it exists any question as concerned the Lumi process? No. Okay. Let's move to the voting process of this item of the agenda. According to our constitution, the minutes of the previous Congress have been circulated. We did not receive any comment. We will therefore proceed with the vote to approve the minutes. And the question is, do you approve the minutes on the IBA Extraordinary Congress held in May 2022? I kindly ask Alexander for Lumi to open the vote.
Давай еще раз проверим. Он может себя переименовать или нет? Он не понимает, он технику не видит. Давай, хорошо, он подключен. У тебя же есть, да, скриншот? Да, вот. Вот, пробили.
Ladies, gentlemen, can you please take your seats in order to restart the Congress? Thank you. We start the Congress. I will explain you what happened. In order to be safe with the electricity, we connected the generators in order to be dependent from the local network and be safe the Congress. Sometimes this is working in a different way. And we had a collapse of a cable inside. The technicians bypassed now with a new cable. And we are in again all connected. But I would like to have the process for the validity of the General Assembly. I would like to do the process again of the roll call and also the LUMI test in order to be sure that everything is going well. Additionally, IBA asked an official statement by the organizers in order to explain us in detail what happened, and this will be part of the minutes of this Congress. Can I ask, please, Lumi, to start again with the roll call and also to check that all the equipment is working well? Alexander, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. So joining us physically, there are 99. 2 more cards were collected from our station, and joining us virtually, there are now 52. Thank you.
$99 with physical presence and 52 with the virtual one. Again, we have the quorum, and we continue. Now, I kindly ask you to make a test of the... Of course, we will give you the floor. Don't worry, I see you. Do you want, before the test of... on this point of the agenda, of the testing? Okay, of course. Please, give to the gentleman the microphone. Yes, I see you. There. You are the voting delegate, correct? Please introduce yourself and give us the reason that you want to speak now before the LUMI. Provide a microphone to the gentleman.
Good afternoon. My name is Jeremy Besson. I'm the voting delegate for the Netherlands. And I have a question. At the beginning of this meeting, there was a total of 133 attendants. When we did the first LUMI test,
Do you have another microphone, please? It's working. I heard that it's working. Can you please? Yes, it works.
yes, it's back. When we did the first LUMI test before the power cut, there were 97 votes here and 30 online. And now I see 99 plus 52 online. I would like to know an explanation for the difference between the numbers 133, 97 plus 30, which is a total of 127, and 99 plus 52.
Sir, if somebody came in delay, how we will tell them don't attend the Congress before we started in an official way? Have you seen this? How if you will be in delay, how we can tell you don't come inside?
Can you let me know exactly which countries were in delay and what was the reason for the delay?
Sorry, sir. Now we cannot do this kind of thing, but if you want, ask it in written, and we will give you a full report in written immediately after the Congress if this is very interesting for you.
So the written report will include all countries that were included in the elections after the power cut out.
This is the roll call done by Lumi, and I would like to all of us to respect and to proceed. If you have any issue, you will address to us in a written way, and we will reply you in written in order to have the full information of everything you want. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, can I ask Alexander, please, to check the system again?
Absolutely. So shortly we will open another test vote. The poll is now open. The question again, do you think the weather will be sunny tomorrow? Those voting delegates joining online, please use the Lumi web platform. And those in person, please use your handsets to submit your response. This poll has been open for 30 seconds. We'll leave it open for a little bit longer, just to give everyone a chance to use the system again. We've received the majority of votes. We're just giving everyone a chance to test the system. We'll close this poll in 10 seconds. The poll is now closed. And the results are as follows. There were 92 votes for yes, 29 votes for no, and 12 votes in abstention. Thank you.
Do we have any problem with the connection? Again, Netherlands has a problem with the connection or something different? Sir, the issue with the numbers was, I think, close, and we cannot have a long discussion on this. Yes, please be short on this. I will give you a second time the floor. Sir, you will be the first in the item when this item will come, and I will give you first the floor. I kept note that Sweden will be the first. This is about the process of the roll call. Has nothing to do with this. I don't forget, please, you will see. Thank you. Can you give, please, to the voting delegate of Switzerland the microphone in order to explain what he wants to mention to the Congress? In order to speed up, can you have a second microphone on the left and one on the right, please, to save time? Thank you very much.
Okay, I don't need to introduce myself again. We just had the roll call, 99 plus 52 nations. You've explained the reasoning. Now we have 152 nations, so additional one nation after roll call. Can you please explain what's happening?
Sir, you asked the same question and
No. I asked the question. We had a roll call. This roll call for this voting, 99 plus 52. Yes, everybody can calculate. It's 151, 151. On the Lumi voting, we have 152.
Can Lumi answer, please, to the question of the gentleman?
Yes, thank you. So if someone logs into the platform whilst the voting is open, they will be enabled to vote. So this person will have joined the virtual platform whilst conducting that test vote.
Okay, but can we then now confirm the attendance and close late entries from now on?
Sir, means that if somebody wants to come now in the room, we will not permit it to him with according your proposition?
I think we have had time enough to log into the systems online
No, sir, this is
and enter here.
completely undemocratic and I will not permit it, this to one. Please, if somebody will come before the voting, has a right to attend the Congress. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
We have some questions from the online attendees. I would like to give the floor to the Tonga representative and then to Mozambique. You have the floor, Tonga. Mr. Johnson, please. Mr. Johnson, do you hear us? Can you please open your microphone and to tell us what you want exactly? Okay, until Mr. Johnson I will give the floor to Mr. Gabriel. Mr. Gabriel, you have the floor, please.
Good morning. Good morning.
We cannot hear you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
No. I'm okay. Ready to vote. Ready to vote.
Okay, thank you very much. Please. Thank you very much. Please. Santa Lucia, Mr. Christopher. It exists any issue?
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's 4:30 in the morning here in the Caribbean. We've been here since 3. And can we please proceed with the business of IBA and don't allow people to be distracting the Congress? I fully support persons logging in late. They have the democratic rights to vote. So my good friend who is saying close off Lumi, that's dictatorship. So please let's proceed with the business of AIBA because we're up here from in the morning 3 a.m. and we're waiting patiently to vote. Thank you very much and all the best. Let's proceed.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm trying to do this, what you're asking. I hope that everybody will help me. Thank you. Anybody else from the online? We have no questions. Oh, okay, sir. You are? Excuse me, you will give you the... Okay, sir, please. No, it's coming microphone in order to be recorded what you are telling, please.
As we are doing the roll call, sir, I wish to say that this morning I was shocked and disappointed that the board of IBA has reported the defend the Ukraine Boxing Federation from its Congress. Now, of course, the board doesn't have that power to do so. It is the Congress that has the power to suspend a national federation from this Congress. Thank you.
Sir, excuse me, you are out of the agenda. With all my respect, we don't discuss this kind of issue. It doesn't exist any issue in the agenda about
We're talking
federation measures.
we're talking about the roll call, sir. And I believe the Ukraine Boxing Federation is not
Sir,
included.
it's not an issue of the agenda. I would like to stick on the agenda. Please
Well,
help,
when would
help
I
me to
raise-
keep a
when-
process.
So, sir, what you're saying is we can't, this Congress constitutionally has the right to suspend national federations, not the
Sir,
board of
it's not an
IBA.
issue, the suspension of any federation today. I kindly ask you, please read the agenda. It's not an issue, and I kindly ask you to stick on the agenda. Means that now we have an extraordinary Congress in order to explain you, and not an ordinary Congress. The extraordinary Congress is called because of specific issues. And I would like, please, to stress on this. It doesn't exist any matter of membership of any federation here. Okay?
I will see, sir, but you're saying that the board of IBA can act unconstitutionally and ban a national federation from attending.
Thank you, sir. We respect your opinion. You keep noted, but this is not under discussion today. Thank you very much. We proceed. Sir, excuse me, please. Can you please help me? We are all mature in order to have the experience to keep a minimum level of this process. I will appreciate if you will help me. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. I would like to proceed with the voting process. Excuse me, sir. No, please, no. Sorry. You took twice the floor, and we will not. You exhausted all the rights. Nobody other spoke. Please, we proceed now with the voting of the minutes. I kindly ask you, Lumi, to open the process, please. Lumi, can you please open the process, please? Sir, please read the rule 11.3 of our constitution and the regulation. You have maximum 2 eyes to speak. This is exhausted. Please read it. Lumi, can you please proceed with the voting? Can you please vote?
The poll is now.
2 eyes, sir. I gave you 2 eyes, this one, according to the rules. Please read carefully the rules in order to be informed in a proper way. Thank you. The voting open. Sorry, don't give any microphone if I don't give the floor, please. You are not, yes.
So you turn my microphone off or you allow me to speak? Is this democracy?
From which country are you, sir?
Right. My name is Steve Hartley from New Zealand.
Okay,
Now,
and you are the voting delegate?
I am the voting delegate. For
Okay,
New
can you
Zealand.
please hold for a while to listen the gentleman, the voting process, Lumi? Do you have something to tell about the minutes?
I have a question to ask, and we have the right to discuss items on the agenda. You know that. Each item on this agenda is open for discussion. You know that. So what I would like to say to the members of this group is a small, short speech. And what it is yesterday we were told that this was the most historical day in the life of IBA. And this is true. This is very true. This is the most historical day because today, this assembly of members decides whether or not we commit Olympic suicide. And we have an obligation to the children and the youth of our sport to make sure we keep their Olympic dreams alive. This is not our sport.
Sir,
the future of our sport is our young
excuse
athletes.
me, sir.
Our Olympic dreams of our athletes are
Sir,
at stake
has
here.
something to do with the minutes, this one, because now we are in the process. You cut the process in the minutes, arguing that we are not democratic. And now you jump in another point out of the agenda. Who is not democratic, please?
Are you going to allow us to speak before the vote?
Sir,
Yes
if you
or
want
no?
to mention something about this, I will give you the floor and you will exhaust it the second time that you have the right to speak. Please, now, I will appreciate if you will not cut again the process. Thank you very much. The voting process is open. We are voting now if we will approve the minutes or not. Thank you very much. Lumi, please open the process. I kindly ask the delegates to proceed with the voting.
The poll is currently open. Poll will close in 15 seconds. The poll is now closed. And the results are as follows.
The minutes are approved. Thank you very much. We proceed to the next item of the agenda. I will explain you exactly how to process in order to avoid any confusion and arguments. I will give you a short presentation about the point of the agenda. And before to have the voting process, I will give the floor to those from the representatives who wants to add something in this point. Okay. The question is very clear in this item. Do you want to vote for another presidential election or not? As per the, I will give you a summary. As per the CAS decision of the 14th June 2022, the decision of the interim nomination unit to exclude from the election Mr. Van der Vorst and 3 other candidates has been cancelled. I believe that everybody knows this one. However, there was no claim submitted before the CAS to cancel the elections held in Istanbul. So, the result of said elections became valid and legally binding. The entire board of directors were legally elected and their elections remain valid. Due to the CAS decision, President Kremlev suggested the board of directors to appoint another election between him and Mr. Van der Vorst. Following this request, on 24th June 22, the board of directors decided to call this Congress in order to allow the national federations to decide whether they want new presidential elections, and if yes, to hold such elections between 2 candidates only. For this reason, I kindly ask if you have some points to raise the hand. I will write a list. Who wants to have the floor? I will give the floor first to Sweden, as I promised. And please, sir, England. I see Netherlands. I will give you the floor for 3rd time, okay? Sir, from which country are you? Malawi. Please, sir. Rwanda. Malta. Okay. Nigeria. Australia, correct? Hmm? Sir? Guyana. Sir? Bahamas? Sir? Congo? Hmm? Sorry, it has a light. I don't see you. Sorry. Comoros? New Zealand, I have you. Sweden, New Zealand, Netherlands also. Sir? Iraq? Cyprus? Yes, the first gentleman. Sudan. And please, United States. Hmm? Sir? Tanzania. Palestine. France. Sir? Honduras. Hmm? Uganda? Okay. Hmm? Sir? Congo Brazzaville. Merci. Sir? Swaziland, yes. Anybody else, please? From where are you, sir? Moldova. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. We have $24 speakers. Okay, let's do a small calculation. With 1 minute each one, we'll have half an hour. I kindly ask to be very short, don't exceed the 2 minutes. I will appreciate this one. Okay, Sweden, you have the floor. We go with 1 minute, please.
Thank you. Thank you, General Secretary. My name is Per Axel Sjöholm. I'm the president of the Swedish Boxing Federation. I will address Mr. Umar Kremlov directly. A strong leader will never duck a challenge. Umar, I'm inviting you now to please show that you are not someone who avoids an opponent, and I urge you to stand up and say to all the Congress that we should vote for a election or presidential election. That's all I want to say, Umar.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to mention that President Kremlov is not a voting delegate. For this reason, he cannot vote. Thank you. New Zealand, please. I have you immediately after because it was New Zealand. Don't worry, you are the third. If you want to go in front of New Zealand, I have no problem, but okay. You will speak immediately. Please. Sir, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the IBA. As I said before, this is the most important day in the history of our sport, and the decisions we make here do not affect us so much. They will affect our youth, the young people that come before after us. They are the future of the sport, and without them, the sport will die. And if they lose their dreams of Olympic representation for their country, or even the chance of standing on a podium and winning a medal, maybe even better, winning a gold medal, and standing there and seeing the flag of their country raised above all others, and seeing their national anthem or listening to that played above all others. And today, the people in this room will decide whether or not those dreams will be dashed or whether they will live. So there is one thing, just one small thing, forget the politics, forget the arguments over money, forget all the emails that have gone left and right lately. We need to think of one thing. When the members leave this room and you go home to the youth, the future of our sport, the children of our sport with their Olympic dreams, you look them in the eye and you tell them what you did to keep their dreams alive. Because this is where you either let that dream live or you destroy it.
Sir, you are about 2 minutes speaking. I can
Thank
ask
you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. England, you have the floor. Just a moment to bring you the microphone.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, first, I would like to thank the President for allowing us to be here and to make this important decision. Mr. Secretary General, you mentioned that the Court of Arbitration made a decision, and for legal reasons, maybe the election was valid. But the Court of Arbitration gave us a very clear indication that there was a problem with our election. If there are two candidates, there should be an election. Now, IBA has not been looked on very favorable in the past on governance issues. I think here in this room, we have a chance to show the world that we are on the way to be a proper organization, to have proper governance. Choosing the officers that represent the IBA, that can take us forward on the path to be recognized again by the IOC, to run the Olympic Games, to have access to the Olympic money, to start Olympic solidarity. All these things are extremely important, and therefore this vote is very important. And England is going to vote in favor of the motion to have another election. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Netherlands, please. Malawi after, immediately after the London. I keep the order, don't worry.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
I have two questions, so please, after everybody has done his words, return the microphone. I'll start with the first question regarding starting now with the elections or the voting. Under section 40.1 of the IBA Constitution, it states the Secretary General shall direct and supervise the preparation and management of IBA accounts and present a report of such accounts to each meeting of the Congress and Board. Please, can the chair confirm that this will be provided today and before the voting?
No. Do you want an answer from me? Okay.
Yes.
Can you please give me also the second question to answer both?
No, please answer the first question
Sir,
first. And then
can
I will...
you please, otherwise I will not answer in any other question. Can permit me to make to make the
Please, I want
process.
you to answer my first question first.
Sir,
and then
can
the
you
second
please
question
proceed
is
with
a
the
different
question?
question.
Otherwise, I will not give you a second question. Okay?
You need to answer me, and I have right on the second question.
Sir, I would like to remind you that here we are in an extraordinary Congress with specific agenda. This is a question for the ordinary Congress, and
No.
you will receive any question answer you want in any question you will raise in the ordinary Congress in the end of the December.
It
Can
is
you
in
please-
the Constitution that every Congress, the IBA accounts are reported to the
Sir,
Congress.
can you please raise a second question?
I would like to have an answer first on my first question.
Sir, here we don't do questions in an extraordinary Congress out of the agenda. You are out of the agenda. And for politeness, I reply to you. Can you please issue a second question in order to answer you if it is inside the agenda?
Please, can you confirm first the point of agenda on the accounts of IBA?
Sir, sorry, you don't have the floor. We continue. Malawi, please.
You need to answer my question. On a
Sorry, sir,
constitutional
I answered your
point.
question. If you want to create tension, is not the best way.
I don't want to create a tension. I only want.
Okay, thank
can
you.
only answer my
I
first
appreciate.
question.
You are speaking 3 minutes. You spoke already twice.
There's no
Further 3
constitutional
minutes.
limit.
You are speaking 10 minutes now. And sorry, this is not the best way to represent your rights and what you mentioned that you represent. Believe me. I will appreciate that, please, to give the microphone to another person because to Malawi Federation. Thank you.
I'll go to my.
You don't have the
second
floor,
question
sir. You
first.
don't have the floor, sir. You
it back.
exhausted any time.
There's no time limit, sir.
Thank you. Malawi, can you please, you have the floor. Can you give the microphone, sir, to the Malawi in order to continue the
Sir,
process?
can you confirm there is no
I will
time
appreciate,
limit?
sir,
I will
if
get
you, sir, what do you want to do now? Sir, please,
Okay.
to keep a minimum of level here because we are a federation and you claim, sorry, to reply to you. You claim now that we want to go in the Olympics back in this way. This is your proposition? To make the General Assembly a flea market? Sorry, sir. Please, Malawi, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President and the General Secretary. I am the president for Malawi Boxing Association. First of all, I just want to find out about this Congress. I know why we are here about the elections again. The past 4 months ago, we had elections. We elected the president and the board members in Turkey, Istanbul. We have the president, Omar, and the board members. I can see the past 4 months, the good progress in boxing. So Mr. Omar is the president now. I don't know why you are here to do again the elections. Instead of give us a chance for the president and to proceed. We need progress, not elections. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, and thank you also for keeping the 1 minute. I appreciate it. Malta delegate, please. You have the floor.
Good morning to you all. My name is Gabriele Martelli, General Secretary of Malta. Very quick consideration, because in 2020, we all open a book and we start reading this book. We start reading a couple of chapters. One chapter was talking about athletes, giving opportunities, new goals. And this I call hope, because I can relate to that as a former professional athlete almost my whole life. I tried to make a living with that, but it was really hard. I struggled the whole life. And now our athletes, they have a possibility to hope, if they are the best, of course, to have a big financial change. It can really change your life. On the other chapter, we saw also, let's listen to the federation. We are a lot of federations. This needs a lot of time. We need to understand the federations. We need to understand their needs, listen to what they really want, but most of it, they want to be heard. They want someone to listen. And this is started. We had also some issues, big issues, but my consideration is this. Would we close the book just because it started to be bitter? Are we boxing or not? I don't want to quit. I want to see how this book is gonna end. And of course, the name of this book is Umar Kremlin. That's why today, my personal stand is for vote no elections. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Nigeria, please.
Good afternoon, IBA family. Well, I know we're all here now, and we all know the decision of CAS. From what CAS said, there was nothing there saying that another election should be conducted. So in my opinion, we've already done an election a few months ago, and so far, Africa has been blessed with Omar Kremlin. For the past few months, we've never had it this good. So I stand here to say there's no I stand here to say that we don't want no elections. And Omar Kremlin, in your presidency, Africa, we trust you. And I'll stand and say we should please no elections for now.
Thank you, sir, and thank you for respecting the time. Australia, please. You have the floor. Just a moment to bring you a microphone. It's coming.
Thank you. Colleagues, this is not a vote to elect the president. This, as we know, is a vote as to whether we should have that vote. So it's a distinction. Now, the Court of Arbitration for Sport found that Boris van der Vorst had been unfairly prevented from standing for election at the May Congress. If we prevent him now standing, we are continuing to treat him unfairly. Now, we're people like me, Boxing Australia, we want boxing to be kept in the Olympics, and we can only do that by the goodwill of the International Olympic Committee. If we refuse even to have an election, how will the IOC look at that? Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Guyana, please.
Very good afternoon to each and everyone. My name is Stephen Inval. I'm the president of the Guyana Boxing Association. Let me start by saying that first, I'm a bit disappointed that this Congress has stooped to the level that it has stooped. I think that we're all matured people here, and in everything we do, there's order, and there are rules and regulations. And if we don't accept and follow those rules, then what are we telling the boxers that we are trying to get into the Olympics? With that, I will want to say that I stand here representing the majority of the eligible English-speaking Caribbean countries. And we have known that within the 21 months that Mr. Kremlin has been the president, that we've been able to breathe a lot easier. And I understand that there's a pushing with the Olympic Association, the International Olympic Committee, but we have written to the International Olympic Committee asking certain questions. It seems that there are persons in this room who are privy to information that we are not. I do not know what the International Olympic Committee is saying regarding whether or not And if this information could be made available to us, then we'll be more inclined with how we are voting. It has not been made available to us, even though we have written. And my last point, I stand ready to support Mr. Kremlev because he has produced on each and every promise. And in the 13 years that I would have been associated as an administrator of boxing, I have never seen this before. So my support will be for Mr. Kremlev, and I thank you very much, sir, for all that you've done for us in the Caribbean. And my vote will also be not to have an election. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Bahamas? No, no France, Bahamas, Mr. Nato, I have you in the list. Bahamas in front. Sir?
Thank you very much. Good morning. My name is Vincent Strachan. I'm the president of the Bahamas Boxing Federation. And I came to this Congress today with mixed emotions because I firmly believe that this is an exercise in futility. Recently, we elected the president who has shown that he's the president of all people, all members of IBA. And there is no secret that the majority, the vast majority of persons chose him to be the president. Because I am limited to 2 minutes, I want to say at this time, I firmly support this president. I see no other reason why. I asked the IOC questions regarding their affiliation with the other candidate, Mr. Boris. I got no answer. But today, I say to my fellow delegates and to every member who can vote in this session that we should vote no and let us move on and allow the president and his team to continue the great, and I repeat, the great and noble work that they are doing for every member of IBA, not just some. And I said it before, he's the president who works on a level playing field. And at this time, Mr. Chairman, I wish to move a motion that we vote no, and we will then move on to the next level. If I could obtain a second.
Thank you very much. Look, we have the issue in the agenda. We don't need a motion. You will vote no and finish.
Very well.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to reaffirm the Bahamas support for the president. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's clear. Congo, please. Congo-Kinshasa.
Merci, monsieur le secrétaire général. Il y a des années et des années, la bourse ne marchait pas. Peut-être que nous venons de loin, nous savons comment est-ce qu'était la bourse. Aujourd'hui, la bourse existe partout. Les enfants boxent chaque jour. Les enfants se retrouvent. Les fédérations se retrouvent. Et on veut nous faire un pas en arrière, très chers collègues. Vous voulez rentrer derrière, vous avez déjà vu le soleil, on vous dit encore aller dans l'ombre. Pourquoi je vous demande de maintenir le président qui a été élu à Istanbul. J'ai dit, je vous remercie.
Thank you very much. Comoros, please. In the corner, lady. Thank you very much.
Merci, Monsieur le Secrétaire général. Distingués représentants des fédérations nationales, honorable assistance, j'ai l'immense privilège de m'adresser à vous ce matin dans cette auguste assemblée. Je veux de prime abord exprimer ma gratitude et mes remerciements au gouvernement et au peuple arménien pour l'accueil formidable qui nous a été réservé à Erevan. Ceci étant, je voudrais ici m'inquiéter devant la pente glissante que prend notre famille de la boxe
I would
internationale.
also like to express my apprehensions and concern as to the route that we're stepping on. It seems that boxing is not confined to the ring now, but it is already stepping beyond, and somehow we are using illegal and unallowed punches. So why should we constantly go back and decide what we need to do? If we have already decided what we want to do in Turkey, we shouldn't be a republic, a banana republic. We need to be an institution that is very respectful for its principles. And the team that has been elected proves that it is very dynamic and that is working in favor of boxing and boxers. And this is especially vivid to us in Africa and in other countries. And I am for giving more time to President Kremlin for him to work and then to make our judgments based on his actions rather than be carried away by illusions. If there, I don't think that it is right for us to take our laundry out of the closet, our dirty linen out of the closet. So maybe we should not do that. And my proposition is that we should not vote for, we would vote no for the voting.
Hand in order to be identified.
Greetings to everyone from the Federation of Cyprus. I am the Secretary General. I would just like your attention for a couple of minutes. Personally, it is my opinion that I am personally voting for no election to take place. And please allow me to elaborate. The positive direction that boxing has strived during the presidency of Mr. Kremlin has been profound. And although many might disagree with this, I think the evidence suggests otherwise. There is a lot of progress, especially with smaller federations, and we are seeing our sport transforming to the better. So I would just like to raise the question that is food for thought. What is the actual motive behind the IOC's continued stance against Mr. Kremlin? I don't understand this. They did everything they needed to do. They're striving in the right direction. They made the proper amendments, legal, commercial, marketing-wise. The sport is transforming. So why is the IOC still against boxing continuing to be in the Olympics? Thank you all for your time.
Thank you, sir. Sudan, please.
مساء الخير عليكم جميعا. أولا يعني لا بد من أن أتحدث عن ما قام به الرئيس عمر كرملوف في فترة وجيزة استطاع أن يقدم المستحيل، فلا بد من أن نشيد عمله الذي قدمه خلال الفترة الماضية، وينبغي علينا أن ندعمه من أجل مواصلة هذه المسيرة، لأن هذه الرياضة أعتقد شهدت ازدهارا في عهده هو وطاقمه الذي يعمل معه، وأعتقد بأنه تيم متجانس وسوف يقودنا إلى بر الأمان إن شاء الله. أعتقد ما يدار حول الهجمة على السيد عمر كرملوف هو يعني أخذ طابعا سياسيا، وهذا ما يتنافى مع الميثاق الأولمبي الذي ينادي بأهلية وديمقراطية الحركة الرياضية، وهذا ما قمنا به وظللنا نقوم به. فأعتقد أننا نصوت لأن لا تكون هنالك انتخابات وأن يستمر الرئيس عمر للمرحلة المقبلة. شكرا.
Vote so that we do not have elections for the new president, and we should keep Mr. Umar Krimlov in his position because it is pointless to hold an election at the moment.
Thank you, sir. We had some interruption with the translation, but in the end, we had the translation in the other languages, and your message is very clear. Thank you. USA, please.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary General. I'm Tyson Lee, National Federation President of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, we traveled a long way for this day. It's been years that it's come to this point, and there have been a lot of passionate statements made. But one thing I learned about being a National Federation President leader is that it's all about the organization, how the organization is viewed. This is an international organization, and how we're viewed by the international community is very important. So one of the things that happened in Turkey, and I'll be brief, is that IBA promised, and our president promised, that he would respect, that we as an organization would respect the CAS decision. Mr. President, I quote, you said if CAS has stated that my opponent should have been eligible to stand for the election, then let us have a new election. I'm not telling you to vote one way or the other. It doesn't matter who you vote for. But it's very important from an international standpoint, how we're viewed as an organization going forward, that we have this election. So I would like to urge my colleagues, no matter who you vote for, to have the election. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. I pass the floor to Egypt. Here, raise your hand, please, in order to find you. Here in the middle of the corridor. No, not there. Not there. Lady?
Hello.
Sorry? Which federal?
Iraq.
No, please give it to Egypt first and then to Iraq. You're after, immediately after. Okay.
السلام عليكم. منذ أيام قليلة شهور بسيطة
Days ago,
انتخبنا
months ago, we voted and elected the IBA president, and there were a number of considerations by the International Olympic Committee, and they are questioning the activities of this organization taken previously. And we have seen that in our sports activities platform, the president that has been very recently elected, we see that he has been striving to eliminate these considerations. And we need to support this route of moving forward with amendments. And we need to support him, the newly elected president, to work in this direction. We have seen the fruits of his activity. We have witnessed many actions taken in order to neutralize these apprehensions and considerations. And we can see that Mr. Umar Krimlov has invested all of his efforts. And this is something that he has been doing for the sake of the development of boxing internationally and globally. And this has been testified to by his multiple visits to different countries, because he's trying hereby to promote peace, and he's trying to promote peace and solidarity in international and global sport. And I believe that this president should continue his activities. He should remain in his position in order to continue to address these considerations, and I wish him a lot of luck. Thank you.
شكرا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم.
Thank you very much. I would like to greet you in the name of Allah and in the name on behalf of Iraq and on behalf of the National Federation. Today, I am greeting you all at this event that has brought together all the national federations from all over the world. I am really sorry for taking some of your time and for my speech, but I would like to express my thanks to the president, and I'm really happy to stand to support you today.
Sir, Tanzania, please.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary General. My name is Lukelo Wililo from Tanzania. Only one view. I want to tell my fellow boxing family, we are all grown-up men and women, and all matters regarding boxing in this world, they are in our hands. We need to decide everything by ourselves, no one to decide for ourselves. We elected our president back in May in Istanbul. And now, after issue of CAS, our beloved and IBA board of directors, they decided to organize this extraordinary for us to decide. That is a good democracy. That's IBA is practicing through under the leadership of Umar Kremlin. So, we need to unite all together. About other issues in other international federation or association, we need to unite as a boxing family, stand together with the IBA and the president to deal with other matters for ourselves and negotiate with other international association. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. France, please.
Mesdames, Messieurs, bonjour. Dominique Nato, donc je suis le président de la...
Ladies and gentlemen, I am a member of a national federation that is going to be the organizer and the host of the upcoming Olympic Games. And it should be noted that everything has been done in order to make sure that Olympic boxing is appreciated and celebrated. But I have some apprehensions, and I'm afraid that we're becoming a laughing stock to the world, because I can see that there are a lot of journalists here. Why shouldn't we go for the democratic procedure? And because the majority of the people are somehow happy with the current work of IBA, I would just really want to make sure that after Paris, we're still Olympic, because if we are outside the Olympic program, every single one who is sitting here is going to face financial problems, and our ministries will not support us any longer. And boxing, that is an excellent and quite spectacular sport, because I'm afraid will be left out of the Olympic program. And today's Congress is not going to be useful to us whatsoever. And I'm saying this as someone who has been in the Olympic Games 8 times in different instances. And I think that this is really important for our organization, for our president. So let us follow the due procedures.
Buenas tardes. Quiero manifestar lo siguiente, compañeros. La espiritualidad del olimpismo pues siempre se ha manifestado en la competencia legal. ¿Cómo podemos avanzar como organización si no estamos en una contienda justa en estas elecciones? Todos hemos viajado desde diferentes continentes no para todos estamos acá es porque queremos algo justo y es tener las elecciones para poder obtener un presidente que nos pueda representar,
We would all like
pueda
to
a cuidar a nuestros atletas.
stand together with our presidents for them to give us an opportunity to be represented by him, because here we come from different continents and from different countries. This is the situation we're facing at the moment. This is the only way that we can move forward in. So we are to hold the elections, and this is how we're going to save the situation. This is how we will solve the problems, because otherwise we will be left out of the Olympic Games, something that is not a desirable outcome for us, because otherwise all the national federations will be left out by the government, something that is not desirable for the government either. And that is the reason why I believe that the finances are a very important leverage that could be used against us. So let us assume that it would be much better for us to hold these elections. Palestine, please.
السيدات والسادة الإخوة والأخوات في الاتحاد العالمي
Dear
للملاكمة السلام عليكم
delegates,
ورحمة الله.
guests, ladies and gentlemen, the members of the IBA, as the boxing family, we're currently in Armenia. We're in Armenia under this roof in order to show both lawful and executive power as an organization. So as the boxing family, we're the ones who decide who our leaders should be and who should represent us. We do not accept any external intervention from beyond this hall, be it the IOC or any other entity, and we should respect the decisions that we make under this roof, and any entity that is going, or any person who is going to cast a vote, should stand up and support this decision. And we should be resilient to any external intervention, because we need to be very clear about our will, and we should not take any decision that is not reflecting our will. Thank you, Mr. Kremlov, for coming to Palestine. Thank you for coming to Bethlehem. Thank you, Armenia. Thanks to the Armenian National Boxing Federation for this hospitality. Thank you.
I have four only remaining members of delegate members in order to have the speech, but I have some requests from the online. I would like, before to end the speech of this room, I would like to ask your permission of the four remaining delegates to give the floor to those who are connected with us in a remote way, and then I will give you the floor. I didn't forget you, okay? Thank you. The Tajikistan delegate, please have the floor. He's online. Can you please open your microphone? Yes. Yes.
Good day, dear friends, dear colleagues. I'd like to remind us all what a great job has President Omar Kremlov performed in this very short time. First of all, he's paid all of the debts of IBA, assisted all of the national federations that were in need with inventory, with equipment. He assisted to organize series to develop small national federations. Visited most national federations in person. He's doing this in love with our sport. He's even refused his own wages, the love towards boxing and nothing else. He is a man of his word. If he's promised something, he'll do it. As you've seen it shown by time, it's a personal quality that is necessary for a leader to hold his promises. I believe that if we trust him and support him, that he will bring back Olympic boxing in Los Angeles in 2028. We needed such a leader as respected Umar Krimlov, with character and with love towards our sport, who has no other interest than developing our favorite sport all across the world. Thank you for your attention, and I hope that you understood me correctly. Thank you.
I will pass the floor to Santa Lucia. If not, can you please transfer the floor to Mali, representative? Can you open, please, your microphone down on the screen? Hello?
Bonjour tout le monde. Moi, je suis.
Good afternoon to all. I am the president of Mali National Boxing Federation. I'm really sorry that I cannot be present with you physically, but I would immediately jump to my main points. Unfortunately, I was unable to attend this session physically, but I think that we are on the wrong path. We diverted. And 4 months ago, we already voted for and elected a president. And if we are really willing to develop further, we should give time and allow our president to operate within his mandate. And obviously, in the short period of time that we have had him with us, he has shown a lot of progress and a lot of activity. We need to give him for more time, because this one term will not be detrimental to us as an organization, or the problems that we have with IOC are not a true problem. This is a process that will be dealt with and we cannot solve these problems overnight. If we want to continue engaging in boxing, just as we're doing at the moment, IOC will have no other option, and they will have to accept our decision. So that is the reason why we need to decide that we do not want to hold another voting and another round of elections, because the majority has already voted for Kremlov as our president. So we can continue with it. We have our agenda, we have our own program of action and plan of action. Let us follow these. And I wish I want us to hold a voting round on whether we want to vote or not to vote. If the majority decides that we do not want to vote for a new president, then the business will be done with, because we believe that Mr. Kremlov is quite fruitful and productive in his activity. Let us be done with this discussion.
Mr. Christopher in Santa Lucia, please.
Good morning. Thank you again. Like Mr. Ninval, I'm very, very, very disappointed in the way some of my brothers from the various federations is behaving, the confusion they're trying to cause in allowing IBA to conduct the election or this Congress in a free and fair way. I wrote to Mr. Christopher Kemliff of IOC requesting some clarification on some of the misleading information that has been spread by Brother Boris about funds from IOC. Never got a response. I also shared that letter with all of the federations, and you can surely see that the propaganda that have been spreading is just to prevent progress in boxing. So I stand here today, this morning, for the past 2 hours, 3 hours, waiting to listen what's going on. And I sat here in support of President Omar, and also support no voting again. Thank you very much, and let's proceed.
Thank you, sir. Jordan, please, you have the floor. Can you open, please, your microphone? We don't listen to you. Can you, on the bottom of your screen? And you, please. If not, yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam alaikum. We don't listen to you, please. Sorry. Can we confirm that we will have a voice, please, and translation?
أسعد الله أوقاتكم جميعا.
Okay, thank you. We listen to you.
رئيس الاتحاد الدولي والأخوة الزملاء، بلا شك نحن أمام مشكلة واقعية لابد من الحديث فيها.
I'm sorry, there is no relay. I do not receive the translation from Arabic. The English interpreter cannot hear the interpretation from Arabic. Sorry.
فعمر كريمولوف يحظى بشعبية عالية وبمصداقية عالية وبتواصل دائم، وأنا أدعو الجميع إلى أن يكون هناك حل يتم من خلاله التواصل بشكل مرسق ويصل إلى الغاية المنشودة في الاتحادات الدولية لتبقى على الدوام علاقتنا علاقة صداقة ومحبة بيننا وبين اللجنة الأولمبية. ونحن في الاتحادات لا يوجد علينا أوصياء، نحن أصحاب إرادة حرة وصادقة ونتمتع بالأهلية وغير محجور علينا. نرحب بالأفكار البناءة ونحن ضد أي وصاية أيا كانت، فإذا كان هناك دعم مادي لا يعني بأي حال من الأحوال أن يكون هناك تنازل إزاء ذلك. التفاهم والتعاون هو عنوان يجب أن نلتقي عنده، وإلا لابد أن يكون هناك حلول بديلة لموضوع الدعم المالي.
There are any alternative solutions for finding, it would be very nice for us to hear those alternative ways. We are supporting democracy, so it is something that should be respected by everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I pass the floor to the President of Saudi Arabia Boxing Federation.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary General, and good morning for everyone. Good morning to the IBA board and to all the friends in the different federations. I just wanted to acknowledge the fact that a lot of people talked about today, which is we need to keep and think of our youth when it comes to the future of boxing, post whatever we are going to take as an agreement here. Personally, I have seen in the past 4 months a massive transformation that has been done on the level of boxing on all different fronts, either be it in terms of transparency, either be it in terms of support. So, and we have elected back in Istanbul, a president that is today helping that movement is happening around the world. And I see the future bright for our athletes, for everyone. The only measure that we are still discussing and coming back around is the support that comes from IOC. And very transparently, that area is not being transparently led from IOC themselves. And hence, that is the only thing that we need to work together as different federations on solving, but not to change the election that has been done back in Istanbul. And that's why I stay with Mr. Omar Kremlov, thanking him for the past 4 months that has been done, and looking forward for 4 years of the same momentum that will allow our youth, our sport to thrive. And I hence say no elections as we move forward. Thank you, Mr. Secretary General.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much. I pass the floor to Slovenia, Mr. Recher.
Hello to everyone. Greetings from Slovenia. I'm sorry that I can't be with you because I am at the hospital, so I'm supporting you online. I will be very short because I cannot talk a lot. So, Mr. Kremlin is doing an amazing job. He supports everyone and he helps anyone who needs help. We already made our decision in Istanbul, and today Slovenia votes for no election. Thank you very much, my friends.
Thank you, sir. Thank you also for respecting the time, and I wish you to have a fast recovery. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We pass now to the present rest of the speakers. We have four. Uganda, please.
Thank you so much, Mr. Secretary General. My name is Moses Muhanji, President Uganda Boxing Federation. Mr. Secretary General, I raise on the point of order. Myself, I'm a lawyer, I'm an advocate. Mr. Secretary General, when we came here, we are fully aware of the CAS decision. And even in your speech, you've also made us aware of the CAS decision and what the board decided. And because of that, the Congress has been organized. And this Congress, Mr. Secretary General, has an agenda. The agenda which has been approved by all of us. Item number 1 was speech by the President, we have approved it. Item number 2, everyone made the point. Item number 4, roll call was done. Item number 5, Mr. Secretary General, you asked us to approve the minutes of the Istanbul Congress. And we have all approved the minutes with no contest. In those minutes, we elected the president in Istanbul. So today, we have approved the president in those minutes. So then what are we debating? The matter in item number 6 has been decided because you have already approved the minutes of Istanbul. So why should we go ahead to discuss a matter in item number 6, which we have already decided? Dear members, brothers and sisters, the Congress is the highest decision-making body of IBA. And in this Congress, just right now, we have made a decision. We have said we agree with the minutes of Istanbul. So now that makes item number 6 null and void, legally. And Mr. Secretary General, you must guide us legally. We cannot keep on discussing matters in a retrospective manner. Item number 6, I consider it null and void by the virtue of the fact that we have approved item number 5. And therefore, Mr. Secretary General, as the law says, once Roma has said something, it is counter finito. In law, they say Roma rucuta, counter finita. The assembly has decided to approve the minutes of Istanbul. The matter has been decided, so therefore guide us forward. There shouldn't be no more debate on this matter. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you very much. I left you a little more because your legal approach is very interesting for me, but thank you. I keep notes about this, but in any case, you will have the possibility now to decide yes or no and to reapprove what you told. If you will vote no, you will approve what happened in Istanbul. Thank you very much. Congo, Brazzaville, please.
Je commencerai par me présenter. Je suis le président
Let me
de la
start
Fédération congolaise.
by introducing myself. I am from Congo Brazzaville, Boxing Federation President. First of all, I would like to express my word of gratitude to the government of the Republic of Armenia for hospitality, and also Secretary General for giving me the floor. Democracy means that we we have to organize elections and voting at the moment is about organizing a new voting. That is to say, we are fully guided by the logic of democracy, because the question is as follows: do we want to vote again or not? So I would like to say that Africa is 1/3 of the national federations here. And ever since 1997, where we had the Africa Championship in my country, hasn't hosted anything else. So the only event we had in my country was the championship in Africa. And then Umar Kremlov came here, and we want to say thank you. We're fully in support of this president.
There, please, in front.
Thank you so much, President and the SG. All protocol observed. I'm Webster, President of Boxing Association in Eswatini. Honestly, I don't know where to start, but I think as we are all here, we have attested to it that in Africa, we are celebrating Omar. And while we were celebrating, we heard there will be another election, and we were confused because we were still celebrating the success, one. Secondly, the developments we have been seeing in our country, and the support we have been receiving from our president. May I take this opportunity to tell the present president that this platform that every federation is presenting, like we are physically talking in one room, I believe it is there to motivate you more, as you can see the work that you are doing for most of us. And can you please take this opportunity to keep on doing the great things you are doing? I've heard many talking about the Olympic Committee. I've been in boxing during those times, but the development we have been getting since you took office, it's amazing. And thank you so much, my lawyer. I'm cut off words. We didn't see maybe that item number 5 was making number 6 to be void. So thank you so much, and thank you.
Thank you, sir. We close the speakers with Moldova. Can you raise a hand in order to be identified by, please, give a microphone to the representative of Moldova, please.
Добрый день, уважаемый президент, уважаемые друзья, все члены международной организации нашей IBA.
Greetings, dear Mr. President, dear colleagues, dear representatives of our federation. I am happy that I can speak in one of the official languages of IBA. Today we heard English, French, Arabic, Spanish, and Russian. Almost all democratic principles are kept. Everyone has a possibility to express themselves. What would I like to contribute? Our organization has a history of over 80 years, and what is going on recently has never happened to our organization in the past. What our president is doing for us has become available for all of us. Coaches have received free courses to improve their level. The ITO, the International Technical Delegates, received the possibility to pass exams. Smaller national federations received assistance. We are conducting World Series on a very high level. Our athletes receive good awards. Our organization is moving forward. All together with you, we are receiving what we voted for. When we elected Umar Kremlov for the first time, he kept all of his promises point by point, time over time, proving that he's become a people's president. He does not save time, visits all the countries, meets athletes and coaches, conducts local training. Where else will we find such a people's president? Let's stop talking about politics.
If you can name me a couple of Olympic champions in football, because FIFA, the most important thing is the World Cup, not Olympic Games. So all teams want to be part of. So, Mr. Kremlov, please make the world serious to go to such a level where everyone would like to participate and only then think about or not going to Olympic Games. We can do everything. We can do everything ourselves. We have made our choice in Istanbul. And this day shows that we don't need new elections. We have elected our own president, and I call on everyone to say no to elections.
Thank you very much. All opinions were pointed. I think that we gave the opportunity to listen all the different opinions from the representatives of the countries, members of the IBA. And I believe that we are ready to proceed with the voting process. And I kindly ask Lumi to open the vote process.
The poll is now open. The poll has been open for 30 seconds. We'll allow a further 30 seconds.
Can we support the gentleman on the left of the room, please, in order to finalize the voting process?
The poll will close in 10 seconds.
Yes, please.
So bear with us. We're going to keep the voting open a little longer just to give some people assistance. Thank you for your patience. The poll is now closed. And we'll display the results shortly.
Gentlemen, I will give you the opportunity for acclamation. Please to finish the process. Because of the result, which is very clear, we cannot proceed in the next point of the agenda. It is cancelled because no election. You decided no election means the election of Istanbul still valid for the entire board of directors, and I pass to the end the last item of the agenda, and I invite the President Umar Kremlev to give a closing speech and to close this Congress. Mr. President, you have the floor.
Dear brothers and sisters, I would like to say the following. The most important for me is your trust. The most important for me is to safeguard the IBA charter. For me, the most important is what you, the national federations, boxers will tell me. I'm working for you, not for a third organization. Side organization. I'm working for our boxing family. And we have to think not only about today, because our parents have taken care of today. We have to think about tomorrow, so our children should not be ashamed of what we have done. We today are creating the future of our children, of our athletes. We're saying today that we are an independent organization and we are here to protect our IBA that we all love. And we shouldn't say that Olympic boxing, we should say IBA boxing. We have to get to the point where boxing will be part of the Olympic Games in 2024 as well as 2028. We will do our best with the team and with you, and no one can exclude us from anywhere. And our unity is the main token for it. The most important should be the World Series, however, because for the IBA and for the boxers, this is our house. And as our family, whatever we do as organization should be the most important for us. And our task, our challenge is to make our federations, our national federations, to be without any needs and gaps. But we have to also create conditions for them to make money as well. So the children should take the kids to boxing, knowing that boxing is a social sport. It is a lift, it is a ladder that they can climb and achieve heights. And our sport should be not only a sport, but a way of making money. I was in boxing myself, and I know what it is when you have no gloves. You have to borrow it from your friend, your colleague. You have to get your trunks, and you have one trunks for 10 boxers. I have been through it, and I don't want our boxers to have any needs of that kind. They should not say what they will say about us. For us, it is more important what our boxers think, our coaches think. We have to understand that we have two most important people in our sport, the athletes and the coach. And we all are around them. Our beautiful sport exists because of them. And therefore we have to safeguard their interests. Today I have heard in this poll a couple of expressions that what would happen with boxing when it comes to Olympic Games. We will join our forces, we will do a great job, and we will defend the need of boxing to be part of the Olympic program. But this will be not the only thing that we will do. But most importantly, we have to protect the interests of IBA, of our own organization. Sikivu, go 5 years back. He was a member of the International Olympic Committee. He was board member of the IOC. Let's talk the truth. I thank the independent investigation group of Professor McLaren. They carried out an investigation, showed to the entire world community that corruption into boxing and bad governance were introduced by Mr. Wu, and he actually led the organization to bankruptcy. So they're silent about him. Let them terminate his membership. And we have to thank McLaren Group for the honesty, for the work they had done, for the integrity they have showed up. And we have to do everything to avoid any such corrupt people to be in the leadership of IBA who want to make money at the cost of athletes, and we have to support such national federations that will support athletes, boxers to get their dreams come true. I'm thankful to you for your trust, and I would like to tell all of you, thank you for this kind of support. I am deeply grateful to you. However, we will make boxing even better. There are two most popular sports in the world, boxing and football, and we can get to the break-even situation of the costs and benefits. Whatever IBA will earn, it should go to support the national federations. All money should go to the national federations and to support our coaches and athletes. Our World Series must become the most important competitions, and our boxers should get not only $100,000 but $1 million. Then we have to say that we actually lifted up boxing to a new level. And I believe that we will get to that point. We have done a lot already in that direction, and our competitions have a very good money, prize money, and we will try to increase that. We will continue to supporting national federations that need the IBA's help. IBA was created exactly for this purpose. Boxers and coaches choose the president of the national federations. National federations choose continents or confederations, and then they elect the IBA. And we have to work for their interests. No one else should have any influence or any pressure on the IBA. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President, and congratulations for your election. No, Mr. President, I took the permission of the President to give you some news, which didn't have the opportunity to inform you because the next point of the agenda I raised. Next week, we sign a main sponsorship agreement with Adidas. 2.5 million per year, and all this money, as the President mentioned, will be transferred through equipment in all the national federations. 2.5 per year. This is the first contract which because it was big complaint that we don't have sponsors, we don't have contracts, we don't have all of this. We have a full program already with contracts with the World Boxing Tour and World Championships, and it will be announced to you the next days by the head office, and also the new sponsors which are coming and following the agreement with Adidas. Thank you very much, Mr. President, and thank you all of you. I remind you, 6 o'clock, the transportation will start from the hotel for the gala, which is at 7 o'clock the afternoon. Thank you very much.